What is up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. So, guys, I want to talk about the limited edition stuff from PlayStation, and I'm talking about controllers, console covers, and the consoles itself that are limited edition. And if you follow PlayStation and know anything about their business strategies, you would know that throughout the past year, they have been releasing some limited edition stuff. And I'm talking about franchises like Final Fantasy, God of War, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm talking about Spider Man 2 and LeBron James. All these I'm going to talk about. So let's first talk about the limited edition controller for Hogwarts Legacy and God of War. For God of War, it was kind of interesting because I actually had a chance to buy this, and I did. Luckily, I bought it at the tail end, but people didn't really like this controller. Some people did. It was 50-50 because people are like, oh, this looks ugly and this looks great. So, but once it's sold out, it's sold out. It's never coming back again, and that is what makes it limited edition. Along with the Hogwarts Legacy controller, I was there that day it sold out and was put up online. Unfortunately, I could not buy it because it sold out by the time I had the link. But it's crazy that it's bought out by scalpers and that they just resell it online. I'll talk about that later, but it's crazy that this Hogwarts Legacy controller sold out within seconds, probably. I don't know the full story, but I know a lot of people wanted it because it had such a cool design. It had like some Hogwarts inscriptions on it, and it was pretty dark, and so in terms of color, but it was a really cool controller, and people really liked it and really wanted it. Unfortunately, many people did not get it, and I think they only sold a very limited supply, hence limited edition. Anyways, moving on to the LeBron James, because I know he had a release where it's a famous console, and they had very cool cover plates and a cool controller and everything. What's interesting is that this hasn't sold out, probably because not many people like LeBron James. Sure, some people do, but not as much as they anticipated. So this console and controller has still not sold out from the PlayStation website, and it's still up to this day. So that's kind of interesting, but also not really, because LeBron James only has a limited fan base, but maybe they were thinking they would sell more. So moving on from LeBron James, let's talk about the most recent limited edition release was the Spider-Man 2 collection, and this included really cool faceplates along with a controller. And it released yesterday on July 28th. Today is July 29th. And it released at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. Central, I believe, and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anywhere around the world, if you want to calculate that time, you can do it yourself. Anyways, I was there and I tried to get it for myself. I was mainly there to get it for my friend because he was a huge Spider-Man fan, and he loves Spider-Man as a superhero. So I decided to get this for him and try my best too because I'm such a great friend. So I'm there at like 6:40, 6:50, and it was supposed to release at 7. Unfortunately, it went live at 6:50 my time, Pacific Standard Time. And it was crazy because the bots and the scalpers all had the links, and they bought them out 10 minutes before. So once it hit 7 a.m., it was basically sold out. It sold out in less than a minute once it hit 7 a.m. because everyone else took it. And so it's like, well, did we actually have a fighting chance? But the thing is, this has brought me nightmares back to me because it reminds me of the PlayStation 5 pre-orders, where it first went to PlayStation, then it went to Target, then it went to Best Buy, then it went to Walmart, then it went to GameStop, then it went to Amazon. And the thing is, that's the way I followed it. At 7 a.m., luckily I logged in a couple minutes ahead of time and got the link. And I was actually able to purchase one from PlayStation Direct for my friend. The controllers were actually not that hard to buy. We'll get into that in a bit. But the thing is, I got the plates for my friend just before 7 and secured that order. And then I actually wanted to find some plates for myself. After that, I tried other sites like Target, but it sold out when I got there. Best Buy said coming soon. And then it went to Walmart, and that was sold out. And then it went to GameStop, that was sold out. I think they only had no plates, but you have to order in the stores, whatever. It's kind of complicated. And then it had Amazon, but Amazon didn't really have any plates. So I was kind of frustrated because they only had one wave of stock, and so there was no restocks or anything. That if you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. And so, unfortunately, I didn't get the plates myself. It all sold out on every single website that I went to. I was very frustrated, and I'm still am because these are pretty cool plates. But the thing is, I just didn't get it because everything sold out. The scalpers and the bots did buy it, and the resellers resold it on Amazon for around $170 to $200, about 3 times the asking price on PlayStation Direct. And it's just crazy because this should not be allowed. I feel like in this day and age, we should not allow scalpers. I know PlayStation and every other company only cares about money and greed, and they don't care about stopping it. But it would be really cool to actually see a verified buyer where they need to verify they will not sell it or have like a promise or agreement, because this is crazy. Because a lot of people resell this and do that for a job, which is considerably lazy, and I don't like it. But it's just crazy that all these limited editions, besides LeBron James, have sold out because everyone is just addicted and they have such a limited stock. I wish they had more, but no. I wish they had something like limited run games where they had a bunch of people pre-ordering it and then they would fulfill it months later down the line, but they don't do that. And it's kind of crazy that people who have jobs and who are just incredibly busy, they have no chance of doing this, because if they have a meeting, let's say at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it drops, they can't go out of the meeting. They just have to miss it because it sells out within a minute. And unless they're not fighting for it or go to the bathroom, they're not going to get it. And so that's kind of story with limited editions and my whole rant, just because it's just crazy that the whole reseller market is just so greedy, and it's such fierce competition. I know it's limited edition, but I wish they made a little bit more so people would have a fighting chance. Because once all the scalpers and resellers buy it, there's none. And so you kind of have to buy it from them or not buy it at all. And for me, my position and stance for scalpers is that I don't want to buy from them. Either I buy it firsthand or I don't buy it at all. I don't support scalpers because I just don't believe in that philosophy as a business model, and I don't believe people should have that as a job. And so I will not support them. I still have not bought one thing from a scalper and never will, because it's just crazy that I'm not going to do it. And so that's kind of like the story with the limited editions. If you guys have bought anything with limited editions in the past, let me know. If you guys are huge PlayStation fans, if you guys have bought cool Spider-Man stuff or God of War controllers or Hogwarts Legacy, let me know. And you got lucky, because most of the time I'm not lucky, and it's just crazy that I can't get much of this stuff because the resellers sell it online. And the thing with PlayStation Direct is that they put you in a queue, which is fine, but it's just crazy because once you get in, it sells out, just like every other website. At least Target was honest. They said, we're all sold out. Please come back by the 1st. We might have more. And so it was just kind of crazy seeing that. But unfortunately, I didn't get it. I got one for my friend. I also bought myself... I bought him a controller as well. I didn't want to get a controller too because it was a little bit expensive. It was like $87. I'm like, no, I'm not paying $90 for a controller. I already have 2. I don't need another one. But I really wanted the plates. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. He wanted the controller, so I bought him one as well. He wanted the plates and the controller. The controller was not that hard. The console is still live on it up to this day. I think the controller is still live on some websites. I think it's sold out on PlayStation Direct. But otherwise, the plates are all gone. The collector's edition is still live, and people thought that would sell out within minutes too, but it didn't. I don't know. Maybe people just didn't want to pay the high price. Anyways. It's just crazy that all this is happening, because I wish they would have a better chance at fighting these resellers and bots. But no, PlayStation only cares about money. And it's so frustrating if you want to get these things because you have to have a fighting chance at first thing in the morning to get it. Either you log in within the first minute or you don't get it at all. And so you're going to be constantly refreshing pages and stuff like that every single day until you finally get it or don't get it all and just drive yourself to madness. And it's kind of crazy that it's just come down to that because it's just a kind of frustrating. If you really want something, I feel like you can deserve it. Now, I'm not going to pay scalper prices if you really want it, but you just have to take the loss, you know? And that's what I did. But I got one for my friend. He's very thankful. It's going to be shipping to his house once the order's ready. And I can't wait to finally see his happiness. But I fought very hard, but just frustrated that I couldn't get it for myself, you know? But whatever. It's not a big deal. Anyways, hopefully you guys are doing well. And this is just my little rant about the limited edition stuff from PlayStation and talking about the scalpers, resellers, and how hard it is to get that stuff. With lots of love and respect, I will see you guys later. Bye.